Hey, welcome on in, everyone, to our third chapter in our Volkmar the Grim live stream. Welcome on in, welcome. Hey, Brian, if you're going to watch, you'll have to stay at work for a while. That is a very interesting decision to make, and one I would not force you to make. If you want to watch this one on later, I would entirely understand. Staying at work for a bit longer doesn't sound like a lot of fun. Yeah, here it is 1:39 p.m. 8:40 there, huh? It's a bit late. Glad to have you in. Just as our quick startup here, everything's sounding all good. I'll turn the game volume up. Usually we do turn the game volume up a little bit louder for the stream so that everything is good to go. 12. Looks good. All right, hopefully we've got, I basically just tweaked some settings in the background, so this may not be quite as high quality of a picture as normal, but we should hopefully be a bit faster on the response time, hopefully, and we shouldn't randomly have it drop. If we do, we'll continue to tweak the settings, and we will figure this out at some point by Sigmar. We are a full turn later. I just went ahead and ended the turn. The world events that kicked off, we grabbed the trait Musterer. We finished the mission to raid Agrul McDowell. We had a rebellion kick off. This is full of ornate monsters. They're not over at Deathcores. You're lying. Don't lie to the people. They're over here. Man Blight. He was not actually, when the basically when the intern time was going off, he was a Horn Lord, not a Bloodletter, so that's quite interesting. Man Blight is going to be our rebellion army, though. Forget Scarbrand. Listen, last time it wasn't even Scarbrand that caused us the issue. It was the town garrison. I wasn't expecting the towers to be quite so deadly. He had a bunch of cannon towers to start, and that just blasted us to bits. And Volkmar just kind of rolled on in on his battle cart and fell over like a useless turd. So hopefully we can get a better go of things this time. Oh, Italy there, that's cool. Welcome from the central continental U.S. No, you're absolutely right. I'm worried about him no matter what, but I'm still more worried about the garrison defenses because these guys are deadly. We'll definitely be trying to sit and actually siege them down for a bit. I would like to get Volkmar back in the army before we do so, though, because I just don't think this force is enough to take on what is hiding behind these walls. If they sally forth, we may be able to take them down with a bit of cheesiness and human ingenuity, but otherwise we'll have all sorts of problems. Luckily, we did slay him earlier, so hopefully he's still worried about Wurzag up here in the north. Although, once he does beat down on Wurzag, then there's nothing stopping Scarbrand's hordes from charging on down and doing all the damage they can. We'll quit dirtling shortly, and we'll get to things. I'm just trying to kind of hang around and chat with y'all and wait and see if anyone else wants to swing on in, and we'll get things started pretty shortly here. Do we have any name suggestions for our two heroes that we've joined on in? Before we rename this lad Kronk, we actually still have Albrecht here, our Grandmaster, who looks incredible. Props to whoever designed this model. Gives me, I know this is Empire, but it gives me the vibes of, what are they called from The Witcher? Oh, I can't think. They have the sun on their shield, but they've got the black armor as well. The Emir's soldiers. I know he's the Emir, but I can't remember anything else. Looks like everything is still solid on the thing. Let's go ahead and grab Grigor then. I'm going to use him to come up. We did actually agree to declare war on the famished ogres here. They tend to just kind of dirtle around in the desert and don't do much. But Rapunzel has decided to declare war on them, and she'd like us to join, so we'll go ahead and help out. She gave us, I think it was like 2,400 gold to do so, so I'm happy to play the part of mercenary for a moment. We'll grab Ludwig, join Albrecht's forces.
Healing!
I do agree. I'm so incredibly surprised we came out of that battle victorious. we had rows and rows of archers just raining down hellfire on the enemy. It was great. I did this a little bit wrong. Probably could have gone into an ambush stance to try to lure the Tomb King into something foolish. We still can. Scoot on up to the edge of Sudenburg. See if we can't convince King Pashadu here to make a move he doesn't want to. For Gregor, we're going to come on up and try to do some ambushing or some disruption of the garrison here at Al-Khalabad. Poison the old well, if you will.
Preemptive strike.
Just seed all of their meat stores with a whole bunch of muscle relaxant. Gain a watchman, nice. That says successful. Ooh, well done. How many did you wound? Like none? This is what it looked like before. Well, he's not quite as good at that as some of the other Chaos aligned lads are, which kind of does make sense. Let's come on up and grab our tall walls at Kimry. It's going to cost a bit, but this is going to finish off our next part of the quest to grab Ulrika Magnova, which we do want the vampire sorceress as soon as we can. As soon as we can. We won't put her in an army with Volkmar because he would suffer no undead, but I think since she is friendly, we can definitely use her in battle. And I would be remiss to pass up on her skills. For Balthazar, I'd really like to blitz on over here and deal with this dynasty before Archon gets too much more built up, because we will be doing battle with Archon soon, and I'd like to try to keep Rapunz alive so we do have an ally and a distraction. Looks like Rapunz had a rebellion. Who are these guys? Egan's Errantry. And they have taken over Martek. Well, that's more annoyances for Archon, but also just kind of more fodder. We need to get over there and help pretty soon, but we also have to worry about Skarbrand. Much to do. I think what we'll do is we'll grab Heinz here. Go into March stance, which is a bit dangerous, but we'll sprint over in March stance, try to deal with Man Blight's rebellion here. Get a bit of experience, and wait for Volkmar to come back next turn. The Grand Theogonist, and then we will have Balthazar's army here. Really like to have them sprint through. They could get jumped, though, pretty easily. Am I scared of trespassing on the Black Pyramid? They don't tend to come out and fight you. The second I say that, they will then take the opportunity to prove me wrong. El Calabong, or El Kabong. We might. We might indeed. So what we'll do is we'll go into the encampment stance. And yeah, we'll go ahead and risk the wrath of the Black Pyramid. That's a lot of skeletons.
Sigmarite Archlector.
You know what? No, we'll move to about here. I don't want to start a fight with him just yet. And then we will recruit up some more forces if we can. They would give us a little bit more gold. 100 more. Let's go ahead and grab the troops first, though. Oh, yes, indeed. We can grab some of the Order Knights, and I think we go for the Knights of the Blazing Sun, even though the Knights Panther are new. And they're quite good. The Blazing Sun is far more in line with our faction, so we bring them in. Luckily, another group could grab the Knights Panther, and he is rolling with the Ulrichian soldiers already, so maybe not a bad idea. We'll pass these Blazing Knights on off to Volkmar's army in short order. Don't think there's much else we can get through this turn. Let's go ahead and see our diplomacy.
Protector of the realm.
I don't think it's a good idea to sign any treaties with the rebellion. Seems like a big old mistake. How much gold do you have anyway?
The laws of chivalry
like
demand,
none.
I hear
You're
you.
barely a peasant, bud. I'm not going to talk to you.
The Empire.
Could pass some gold off to the Emperor here. I don't think we need to.
So,
Yeah, no good deals to make. Well, we could peace out with Corn. That's tempting. It would allow him to focus fully on Wurzag, though. We won't yet, and we may regret it. Peace with chaos? Never. Let's see. There was an ogre army hanging out over here by Araby, but I think they retreated on away. They may also be fighting with Archon's forces. Oh, really? Well, the reason I thought they were rebellion is because I'll show you. When I saw, I was checking to see what their relations were with this faction. It says they condemn rebellion. So is that because they've allowed a rebellion, or is that because they are a rebellion, or just because they don't like them as they're basically in lore they're a rebellious faction? Or what says you? I don't remember them being over here in the last stream. I think there was just the Knights of Arrigo were up here. They got wiped out, and then there was just Leoness. But either way, he recruited up another lord there. Really like to attack El Kalabad. We can get the wound off on this once more. Maybe we can go for it. Oh, he failed that time. I mean, that's not that scary of a garrison. I'm just trying to minimize casualties for these stone armies that are going to be coming on over from the Black Tower.
Do not betray your king.
He has access to both kinds of Ushabti and the Sepulchral Stalkers as well. So he's got some pretty nasty troops to deal with. Alright, Heinz, you have served us well.
I serve Sigmar.
You do. But you know who serves Sigmar better? Volkmar.
What?
What do you mean, what? We brought you back from the dead. We're gonna give the Helm of Discord that the other lad had there. This is for Heinz, right? Give me his name, please. Yeah, there we go. Much better than the Helm of Gambling. Which is heresy. Gambling by Sigmar, no! Alright, I think we need to cut down this rebellion quickly.
The instrument of Sigmar's
The
will.
fact that we take attrition is just gross.
This is wise.
But we should be able to hunt them
Setting
down now.
forth.
Whoa, that's a lot of hounds. This army is going to do a surprising amount of damage to us. Simply because they'll fly right over our front line and just land in our crossbowmen. That'll be an interesting battle. Hopefully we can just take it to auto-resolve. I don't want to fight that many hounds. That's like a nightmare. Alright, Albrecht. Let's get to a fight. Try to minimize casualties because here comes the stone forces right afterwards here. Ooh, Kalabad. They have 2 scrap launchers? Why? Who hurt them? Grog is a mage. This is going to be a rough fight. And everything in my soul says to auto-resolve it, but that would be weak. So let's grab the overzealous speed on our lord here. And, oh, good grief, this is going to be rough. Luckily, ogres themselves don't do all that much damage in straight-up combat. It looks like they're pretty deadly, but against any kind of armor, they really, really suffer. The lead belchers and these 2 scrap launchers, though, they're gonna be a nightmare. Yeah, no, he was only wounded. He got dragged down by an entire army of halberd-wielding crazies. He's fine. And he got launched off his battle cart. Oh, I can't function early in the morning either. I am less than zombified. Even though that's when I get some of my recording done, as you can probably tell. But it looks like we're tripping over our own feet. Yeah, this guy's got an awesome looking mask. It's about to be a Lucha Smackdown. These Noblar scrap launchers are going to be, as I've said a couple times, I'll have to figure out how to avoid this. There's going to be no avoiding it. Alright, we go straight up.
We are Sigmar's heirs.
Spreading our forces would be a bad idea. We are going to win with sheer numbers, and that is pretty much the only way. So let's grab a 1 unit of spearmen. I'm going to have them in the middle here because they can kind of funnel in. Give the Chunguses the old poke.
Sigmar
The old poke of death. Let's have the great swords. I'd like to have them fighting together, but we'll have them rolling with spearmen. No matter what, though, we just have to close the gap as fast as we can. Let's have you guys rolling together. We'll have great swords, flagellants coming in from the side. Since they have almost no defense, they will get these guys are going to get pasted by the ogres. That's just facts. No armor and no defense. They aren't going to last long. Man's not on a horse, but he does look majestic.
Shield of faith.
Alright, get the guys spread out on the front line there. Our archers also are going to have a really bad time. Hopefully this is who they choose to shoot the scrap launchers at. We actually have an overwhelming force of infantry here. I think we're going to suffer, though, when the Tomb Kings come on over. This battle might have been a very bad call. We're learning with Volkmar, you want to be way more defensive. Unfortunately, though, we're learning it through getting kicked into orbit.
We are Sigmar's heirs.
Guys on horses would have been great. Yeah, I agree. Well, we'll probably use Ludwig to do some of that if we could sneak him around. So I might keep him on one of the flanks. Thank you for pointing set out. If as long as we're trying to poke the artillery, they usually have them on either skirmish mode or try to run them away, so we'll go for that. Alright, battle begin. Bring it on, ogres. Where are their towers at? Here, which one is this? It's being built. There is one being built on this side as well. Alright, can we sneak you through the line there? Because we are getting blasted at by the lead belchers in the front. I am very happy they're choosing to fight their fire on our lord, though. Let's get these guys moving up.
Swordsman! No lingering! Formation march!
We'll have the great swords flying in behind them.
To battle!
We have you charge in and stop these lead belchers from doing anything. That'd be great. Spearmen, come on with them. We're going to be one large blob. Blob of death approaches Chungus's. What say you? Ah, this is terrifying. He does have a bonus V large though, so it's going to be great at bringing down ogres. Oh, friendly fire, we're all about it. They definitely gave us the opening now, so let's charge on through. The tyrant is back there to cause us some problems though, so we'll have to keep that in mind. Run, dude, the ogres are on you. Perfect, you made it through. You guys move it in. You turn and fight. I will have you guys go this way. You go fight the Noblars. We'll have all of our archers. We're just have them move up and keep firing as one. Just a blanket of arrows there. You guys move up and break these ogre bulls on the other side. You're getting shot at by the scrap launcher.
Let's go. That's an order.
Let's charge in and poke them. Watch out for that ogre, though. Just play ring around the pillar here. Yeah, maybe a bad idea to keep you in here with all these Noblars. Oh no, we've made a mistake. Run, buddy, run. I believe you can escape. Men of the Empire, fight well, and you shan't be turned into a stew. You need to leave. That was a big mistake. Yep, we'll keep fighting as one large group here. Scrap launchers are going to do all of the damage. We just got to beat them down quickly and move through. Over here and finish off these lead belchers. Don't need them adding their might to the fray at all. Fair enough. We don't have much buffs right now, though. As I've said several times here, I learned most into this game by losing. That's where the best lessons are learned. Yeah, those lead belchers need to be chased off fully. Scrap launchers are going to do their damage. Whoa, that's going to be nasty. Pull the flagellants back. We have to try to keep some of those guys from getting taken out. Spread out a little bit there. Charge forward. See if we can get our lord in on the next group. Come on, guys. We can't get... Oh, those giant rocks are doing all the damage there. The ability for them to keep launching those completely on... Stop with that idea. All right, everyone.
Yes, sir.
Forward.
To battle!
The final charge.
Hammer. Raise your weapons. We serve the Emperor. Charge.
Go ahead and see about scaring this scrap launcher into not firing once more if we can.
Quickly.
Rhinox. Okay, they're gonna come. They move so quick. You better run, dude.
Taking position.
He's got a hammer with your name on it.
Crossbows ready, General. Yes, General.
Bring you guys over on either side here to help clear. Crossbows go straight up towards the Noblar trappers.
The Empire endures.
Basically the last charge here. We gotta get across the line.
Footmen.
Scrap launcher decides to keep firing at our lord. Let's keep him away from the main body force there, so we don't get all bogged down at once.
Ready for war.
Keep moving forward. Don't stop.
Ready.
You got caught. Run.
To battle. Sigma.
Huh. Oh, they disappeared. That's why. They must have been given the attack order on the
Go. Ready.
little Noblar hunters down there.
Missile
We're
troop.
helping out.
Formation. March.
Fireball. That one's gonna be really rough. Oh, destroying almost the entire line there.
Ready for war. Sigma.
Move quickly, lads. You were gonna have to go get in a duel with the Fire Belly, and you're gonna have to help out. Costly battle, but we are pulling it away here.
Take position.
Come on back in and help out with the scrap launcher. Those guys just turn and run. Our lord got flattened by the scrap launcher shot there. Come on, lads, get in on there.
We obey.
Archers move up.
Target.
Oh, there were hidden lads in the corner.
No.
Bring the great swords up though. Fighting as hard as we can. Those lads might be about to flee.
What?
A bit too scared of what's coming.
Quickly. Spearmen. Moving now.
Over there to stop that scrap launcher.
Crossbowmen.
Good damage. Fire on the Fire Belly instead though.
Warrior priest.
Ooh, that's gonna hurt.
We are Sigma's heirs.
We may want to sack this settlement and flee. We took a lot of damage.
Take aim.
While it's a lot of fun, they have made these quite a bit more dangerous. We barely won that battle there.
Go. To battle. We are Sigma's heirs. By Ulrich's wrath.
Should be pretty easily winning that fight. We'll go ahead and activate the hammer.
Sigma.
Rhinoxes still are able to defend themselves. Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, frontline is really suffering against the ogres. We had some more spearmen, maybe with the shields and halberds. We could probably do a bit better. Scrap launchers, though, we just weren't able to shut down. Look at it go, it's escaping.
Ready. Captain of the Empire.
I should easily beat down on some trappers. We're about half strength.
Raise your weapons. Stand aside.
The Tomb Kings will take advantage of this for sure. We'll definitely leave you all here so you can, well, you know what, no, we definitely need to send you after the scrap launcher there. Who have we got back? You chase down some Noblars, make yourselves useful.
Listen up.
There we go.
It will be done. Swordsman.
Quite a nasty battle.
By Ulrich's wrath.
We have now learned how deadly the ogres are in SFO. The answer is quite. I keep giving them a smack. No, you're entirely fine. I appreciate the help. We definitely need it. Yeah, the warrior priest really needs to get leveled up fast. Just simply the hammer is not quite enough. We definitely needed to keep him back with the group too. If one of these other two actual melee fighters had their horses, that would have been a bit of a better battle for us. But unfortunately, we were not quite rocking the cavalry required to keep our lads safe. Took a lot of casualties for it. I'll try to catch up on chat now that we're not in the middle of that battle. I am also quite interested in Pharaoh. As long as it's done well, that one will be great. Bronze Age Egypt is a perfect setting for a Total War game. There will be Capetias everywhere, and I am so ready. Glorious. All right, now here's the ultimate option here. Do we sack the settlement and run and try to get back into freedom, or do we occupy and hold the line, likely resulting in everyone here's death? Well, what they're good at, they're trained at whipping themselves, Brian. So they're not great at visiting any armories because all of their spare time is spent with the old whip in one hand. Wow, I'm not good enough. Wow, it's pretty dark. But we won't go that dark again. Oh, Gregor, help me out here. Do we sack or do we occupy? Is it Bastion time or is it Verted Run? Without the buffs, run. Probably a good idea. Do we get a second vote and to run? Look how happy this little miserly fellow is here. We have stolen all their goods. Meh. I didn't see him on the battle at all, but here he is afterwards, taking in the spoils. Yeah, sure, why not? Alright, run it is. Maximum aggression, and now, oh, and by run, looks like we can't escape at all. So, oh man, this is not great. And if the other army of the ogres is nearby, they'll jump on us as well. Either way, here we're in bad shape. And nope, that's next turn. We do at least have the leaders on horsemen here, or horses here, so we can get. Probably hard to hit just for keeping him alive in battle. More leadership would be great too, but making sure he blocks more hits is going to be, I think, preferable. Same thing with the Empire Captain. Kronk needs to be better at bonking dudes on the forehead. And yeah, no, we do go ahead and claim El Calabad. At least will give us, because otherwise we'll have to be in March. Unfortunate. And we'll replenish up a little bit, but I think here comes the Tomb King's retribution pretty hard here. That is a lot of horsemen. This is about to be quite a desperate battle. Can we recruit anyone up fast? No, no one in a hurry. Well then, if we throw these guys into the bank, they won't probably recruit, but if we don't recruit anyone, we'll probably regret it. So let's grab 2 of them. Say they don't attack, then we have the opportunity to actually
Sigmarite Arch-Lector.
get some more troops. Chances are, though, they will definitely attack. Do we demolish this building just for the small amount of gold it'll give? Because we're likely to lose the city either way. I think so.
Honor before glory.
Yeah, that'll at least give us some extra troops. I'm still not looking to make any deals with Thegans, even though we could get trade with them. They don't like Rapance at all. They really don't like Rapance. So we'll hold off on that one.
So.
Midland would like a defensive alliance. How much gold do you have for that? You're gonna
Welcome,
drag
my
me into wars
countrymen.
I don't want, but 300, that's not enough. Coming closer to 1,000, you're getting a deal. Oh, you know what? We are going to take the tactical treaty with Rakov. He has a bit of gold. They never have any gold, the Tomb Kings. So we'll take the tactical treaty with Rakov, take the turn to replenish, get soldiers all ready to go to fight against the Tomb Kings, because they will definitely be betraying us soon, and we'll... Thank goodness. Thank goodness they're still willing for peace. Don't you worry. We have you marked down in the books as heretics. Yeah, knowing that he has only cavalry and we're going to be fighting with ogres, we will make sure we have more spearmen to keep them bogged down. Pikemen.
Warrior of Sigmar.
Sweet. Well, that's way better. A much better spot than we were before. And a turn. I know what you mean, dude. He stores up all that energy in his chin so he can make those long journeys in March in one turn. Don't you know? Don't you know? That's where all his energy is stored. It's crazy. When he's done making those his long moves, he looks like the most ripped fella you've ever seen.
Empire's foes do
Basically
not
just
escape
green,
the Grand
skinny Hulk.
Theogonist's wrath.
Well, hello, Baron Theogon. He wants to pay me for trade. Oh, bud, you're forcing my hand, aren't you? That's a lot of... I like trade. I like trade. We're about to lose Leones, too, I think. If we get over there and defend them, that'd be great. But if we have to choose between one, let's go ahead and make sure we have some trade coming on in. Welcome, Theogon. That's true. Raiding the Tomb Kings would not cause a break in the treaty, but we do have to deal with a sand grinder over here. Oh, gross. The Bray herds. More than a mere raid, the Bray herds of the Beastmen are migrating across the world, and anything or anyone in their way is being nom-nom-don. Turned into chicken nuggets. Got the Knights of the Blazing now. Trying to think, what's the best course of action? If we secure the Book of Dagash here, this army is going to be horrifyingly powerful, but if we come out with two of our own armies, it will allow us to overwhelm them. How much? Hobgoblin mercenaries, huh? Bonus versus large missiles. These guys are outperforming the hobgoblins we have in the current game.
Is it time?
It's time for you to join Albrecht's force for now.
Weapon practice.
Weapon practice. And then we'll see about grabbing perhaps just one more unit of archers. Or do we grab some guys through global? What's our economy looking like? All walls are going to go in 3 turns. Sudenburg is going to be a while before we can actually turn it into a city, so we don't have to worry about that so much. I will spend the gold on the farm there, though. Make sure we have that slotted on in. Oh, and just for you, where's the renaming of the city? What did you say? What did you want it to be named? El Kabong? Yeah, we got it. Don't you worry, we got it. Sorry, ogres. Because of you, the majestic city of El Kalabad has been renamed. We'll go ahead and repair, and we will throw in the Cinnabar mining pit, perhaps? Or just the replenishment from the fields. Let's grab the replenishment. Really like to attack the sand grinder, but I think that is going to be too much, and we are very wounded. We'll stay in the city for now. Finish up.
Arch-Lector.
Plus, if we come outside of the city at all, like I was thinking about jumping into an ambush, it'll take them 2 minutes to reinforce us, and that will take way too long. We'll do with Balthazar here. Let's come up here and see if we can push back Skarbrand even further. So you have your Knights of the Blazing. We'll pass them off to Sigmar or for Volkmar. I'm going to get them mixed up every single time, likely. Can't quite get in the reinforcement range. Let's just sprint over towards Numas, staying in the reinforcement range, just in case Skarbrand's hiding just outside of our range. Volkmar can hunt down this foolish force of hounds. Grief. That's a grip of hounds. Yeah, I'm not fun. I am absolutely not going to battle this many Furies. We would likely actually lose the battle. And I'm not joking. Unless we can get them all surrounding Volkmar. The amount of damage these guys do while flying down out of the sky is fairly insane. It would blend through our free company and our crossbows like they didn't exist, and our mortars would blend away too. So, I am not afraid to say we would lose that one. Pardon those captains though, because part of them is to just blast them with holy light, and demons don't like that kind of thing. How much until we can start actually purifying this settlement? It's gonna be a long time. Only -4. We need to start blaming these provinces back. Definitely bring you in the Zintler's Reichsguard. Sent directly from the Emperor to aid in our conquest of Thorin's realm. Heaven Chosen of Sigma. You almost have Soulfire. We've got to wait till rank 15, though. That's a bit sad. 3 more turns. Okay, so Divine Power makes him more tanky. Got himself some Immaculate Flesh. Spell resistance in the area. Fire was fire resistance up to for the whole army up to 8%. Part of the Griffin gives us more physical resistance, but drops his melee attack. So by the end of here, he does not have much melee attack at all. He is purely a support character. Beacon of Courage drops the charge bonus for all enemy armies, and then at the end here we get bolstered leadership, which all of our units get immunity to psychology and extra leadership. Or we can go for the Armor of Righteousness, which drops his armor, gives him more hit points. Heed Not the Witch drops his armor further and gives him more weapon strength, so it makes him an absolute monster. So this one appears to be making him less defensive, but by himself a hero. Then gives us bolstered attack. Everyone in the 40-meter range gets more attack, yeah. This one gives us more buffs to the whole squad, though. Turns them completely opposite attacker. Yeah, that's true. Buffs are what make strong armies. Yeah, we'll probably go ahead and grab the Divine Power. It gives him some ward save. We are going to start losing his ability to fight slowly. But we debuff the enemy. We buff up our entire army, including physical resistance plus 3%. Not terrible. If we can kind of layer up a couple of these guys, will be great. He is the Chosen of Sigmar, which makes me want to give him the Armor of Righteousness down to the bolstered attack, so he's a hero, but Organized drops construction time. And these are the retinue options. Magic drop chance, leadership, casualty, defending, and then replenishment rate. Gotta go through a lot of kind of meh abilities to get to the physician there. Alright, what say you? Is Kevin a champion of Sigmar, or is he a defender? I think yes has his option there for divine power. Hello, fellow space person. Welcome on in, Space Toast. Glad to have you. Defender. So wait, does that mean he's gonna have the buffs, or does that mean he's a one-man wrecking crew? Because listen, I could make an argument for towards tanks. Fair enough. Divine power it is. 2 votes is all I really need. We are easily convinced. Entertainer, and a hunter. And a messenger as well, why not? Alright, that gets Volkmar moving. His army is really needing some help. We'll get back to fixing this once we kind of subdue Khorne. I really don't like having them on our borders. We also need to deal with this herdstone up here with the sunken Kernark. Lots of corruption in our lands, we can't stand for it. Can we get any recruitment up done like I wanted to? The answer is yes. We'll grab one more archer. They're not crossbows, but they throw pointy things at the enemy, and most people are allergic to pointy things being thrown at them at maximum velocity. All right then.
Protector of
Theogan, we're not gonna give you any deals.
Who calls? Now. Yes?
Reichland wants a military access pack for.
Many call me Emperor.
I'm gonna call you Stinky.
By the comet.
That's why we left and live in the desert now. Don't you know? It's the secret. That's the secret lore. Thanks, it is. No, you're right. A proper tank can completely shut down
If I had my
any
way,
situation.
you would be dealt flame and hammer.
Don't you worry, Volkmar, you will have your way. Granter of Savage Hate Pleased, War. He brings himself on in. We're going to leave the Chevaliers away from it because I don't want them to get run up on by the Beastmen. We'll deal with it ourselves. Bring it, burgers. I just tend to avoid playing or using tanks because I am terrible at using them. They tend to die rather gloriously. Or ingloriously, as it were. Who are you also at war with? Leoness. He's able to completely focus his aggression. That's not great. Hopefully Volkmar and the other here can join up and smush Agromigdal quickly. I will not go into any other kind of dangerous stances because I don't know where the beasts are currently hiding. But we will prepare ourselves.
Ever vigilant. Honored to serve.
Let's go right to the edge of our territory because I don't really want to. I want to keep all of the buffs that these guys have in our lands. Volkmar has no choice. He's a bit slow at the moment. We make sure your army's scarier. Oh, the Tattersouls are back. Welcome. Welcome, lads. You bankrupt our forces, but it is so very worth it. 2 more turns, and we'll continue the quest for Ulrika.
Valiant lord.
I think last time those guys got absolutely destroyed
Friends of the
in
Empire,
the battle.
come.
That's much better income you're willing to offer me there, bud. You know what? We'll take it. 600 is not a lot, but we are really, really poor right now, so we'll take all the pennies we can get.
The Empire.
Most chosen.
Well, the Famished also would like to stop their war with us. I'm gonna go with no. We'll come back down to Albrecht's army, and I think now is when we're gonna try the ambush. Go right outside of El Kabong and drop into that ambush stance. See if we can't catch these ogres.
I will butcher any who
Off guard there. We'll see. That's a definite maybe, boss. Alright, that's another turn then. The ROR units we just got they are basically just flagellants that have frenzy. And a little bit better combat stats. Well, I'll show them off here in a moment. They're really good at being slightly better flagellants. Which are not great unless you are in Volkmar's army or playing as his faction. Well regarded not only by their subjects, but also by the nobility abroad. We have now the army ability, Imperial Tactics, which will help out all of our battles so much. Just buffs all of the abilities that one might have. A kind of very versatile tool to hit wherever you want. Just increase their capabilities by a good bit there. Okay, so we could all join this battle, but I think he would have to be in March stance. That I don't like. We've got a new mission. Bring them to battle. Bulldog, Face Puncher. Got a new faction. He's the one hanging out at camp.
I'm the one in charge, man, here.
Meal Chant. Drops leadership by 10. Doubly terrifying to those who work the kitchen. Right, we will try Albrecht's defense, and we'll see if they can go ahead and take down Agromigdal now. So, Balthazar, you go ahead and start the siege.
By Sigma.
How much attrition will we take? No. See, we're not going to attack now because this is... Well, they've got Exalted Bloodletters now. Wow. They may have had those guys before. That's why we got karate chopped so hard. We'll encircle up. We will be overwhelming this army, or this force here best we can. We know there's beastmen up here, and we know that Starbrand is still somewhere nearby. Music to me. I bet. I would have a little surprise that he is just here, waiting.
The righteous hammer of Sigma.
Might have to go into March. I would really rather not.
I will cast out all evil.
Let's just move to here
Following Sigma
and see if it'll let us. No, absolutely not. This is a really small, kind of off-centered reinforcement circle. Alright, Volkmar has to go into March stance, which... Well, we got played, didn't we? That's just the way. Oh, man. Well, we're going to take attrition for a turn, and we're likely to be attacked from the north here. This is why you read SFO changes the March stance. You actually have to use 25% of your campaign movement, so you can't use it kind of as aggressively as normal. I'll have to remember that going forward. And I did remember I got punished by this in my Colette campaign as well. Such is the way. Make any more money anywhere? Like, I'm clicking the same. Come down here to cost bar. Just over here at this weaving house. Up to a clothier then. Definitely need the money. If you're just gonna hang out here, then if that first ambush didn't work, we continue to try.
I obey only the great.
I don't really want to come out there and fight Sandgrinder and his camp lads. No thank you. No thank you. Oh yeah, I said I was gonna go check the new ROR unit. Apologies.
Sigmar has shown us the path.
New lads we grabbed were the Tattersouls here. Which are, let's see if I can find normal flagellants. I don't have any in this army anymore. Oh, that makes it harder to compare. Basically, they have a bit more melee attack. Normal flagellants, I think, have 50. And they will have just 10 defense as well. They're really, really lacking in defense, but they've got good melee attack. Normally, they will have no flaming attacks or armor piercing, so it's just... They have a little bit higher melee attack than normal flagellants. And they've got... I believe it is a little bit more charge bonus. They are... They also have one more extra bit of goodies to them. It's a bit unfortunate. Let's see if we can find some other flagellants and pair. Right. Pair as such, yeah, so 50. They're a little bit slower as well, but I think that's mostly because they're in Volkmar's army. They have 50 and 10, 45 weapon strength, 45 charge bonus, and they do not have the bolstered attack ability, or I think a few of the others that are rolling with Volkmar there, so let's come back over.
Sigmar, grant me strength.
They've also got Wayfarer, but I think that's coming from Volkmar. Bolstered attack is what they're packing extra. So a bit higher melee attack and bolstered attack. They're nothing incredible, but they do well for themselves. And extra buffs are always good. Yeah, the Exalted Bloodletters are going to be a problem. Yeah, the Flagellants in SFO, they made them even more of a glass cannon than they were in previous. I think in normal, they've got somewhere close to, I think, 20 or 25 melee defense. In this, they dropped it all the way down to 10, but increased their attack as well. For our technology, we need to get up to our devotion of Sigmar at all costs. Because, Sigmar grant us strength. We need the state troops. Rifle barrels, extra missile strength. Over on trade and industry, we'll just take a quick look. SFO does change up the research tree a bit here. Royal fencing. Drop to construction costs would be great, but we've got lots of enemies right now, so all of our upgrades and technology are going to likely need to be going towards our military. Local militia does drop our upkeep cost for all of our free company, but that doesn't actually increase their combat potential at all. University would be great. Extra capacity for battle wizards, although Volkmar would probably not like battle wizards at all. It may end up being either improved cavalry armor or the state troop standards. We've got more leadership, more armor, more defense, recruit rank, and weapon strength. Upkeep for everyone, and then Vanguard armor is even more missile resistance there. Vigor loss reduction, melee, charge bonus. That's only for demogryphs, which is very, very specialized. While this gives it for everyone, these are just for the demogryphs in the end, which is a bit sad. Yeah, that is pretty much the minimum. They don't defend themselves at all. They just swing those maces around and sometimes hit their friends. What do y'all think? Do we need more cavalry armor, or do we need the state troop standards, as we have quite a bit more state troops? I think getting the common lads a bit stronger is probably not a bad call. Exactly. You don't have to worry about getting hit as long as you take them down first. That just doesn't tend to be how it works in large block infantry formation combat. I agree. Take troops a days, get them some more leadership so they stick it and fight a bit longer. We really sadly are going to have to wait till next turn, so a bit of attrition for both of these armies here. Thankfully, though, we should drop some for a Gruel McDowell. I know SFO drops how much you actually do deal to the enemy settlement there, because on normal, you deal quite a bit per turn. Alright, now let's cross our fingers, hope things go well. Come on, Sand Grinder, you definitely want to fight El Kabong, don't you? It's a lovely city. Okay, they sally forth. They are completely unafraid of what we're fielding. I don't really blame them. We are very lacking in armor piercing, but I think we have what it takes. You should have your Holy Fire, so we should be able to blast apart the Exalted Bloodletters pretty nicely. As long as we can keep rear charging into the units and passing out our ward save, we should have this. I don't see that they have any summons, which is great. Swing of Fury, or Swig of Fury. Will cause one of our units to rampage and give them a bunch of damage. Huh. Well, that might be really, really bad for us, but we'll see. You have 3 uses of that. That's not bad. I would prefer that, though, than summons of Bloodletters in our back line. Alright, let's weaken them as much as we can. Now we're going for a war, or a win. What am I talking about? Hey, Bethany. Welcome on in. Glad you made it. And yes, indeed, this will be 100% rough. We do have, listen, we have some magical attacks in the blast down from space. But besides that, the Knights of the Blazing Sun aren't going to be great. We'll keep them in the back to fight against the Furies they'll send over the top. And we'll try to keep rear charging in, because they don't really defend themselves kind of similarly to the Flagellants, so as long as we can keep charging. Here's a nice choke point to work with. Wonderful terrain. Get a nice formation set up, and then we'll go from there. Got pikemen and spears as well to work with. The crossbows will go directly behind our archers. The archers should be the first ones to get jumped on by the Furies. Sad to say, lads, and I'm not going to tell you, but that's your job. Fury bait. No one's expendable, but you all just might be the most. I am going to keep the White Wolves slightly off to the side. An incredible unit. Don't tell Ulrich, but soldiers fight well.
Yes, sir.
So how best to stop this threat? We need the Shielded Spearmen taking the charge, since they've got more melee defense than the pikes do. They will just kind of melt away at the touch of the Bloodletters there, so we won't have a lot of time to deal with them. Will have to be lots of harassment with these Pistoliers, trying to lure them down at this one track here, so you pretty much all the way up. Your life will be in danger, but it'll be worth it.
In the Emperor's name.
Pikemen layered up behind, waiting for the inevitable flanking attempt. Yeah, he doesn't quite have the ability to drop that giant sword just yet, and there are no summons of Bloodletters. We have... Things aren't quite as bad as they could be. It's not going to be an easy battle, though. I want my militia. I want them to survive the initial wave, so let's kind of keep them off on the side here. If he has a bunch of hounds, we'll just kind of rotate them back, so, like so. Right, my knights. Back behind. We'll throw the Knights of the Blazing off on this side here. And the other two, just kind of scattered around. We'll have them crashing into the Bloodletters when they arrive. At least that's what the intention will be. They won't survive long in a fight with the Bloodletters either, so we'll have to make sure we're moving them quite constantly here. This is going to be a rough battle, as you have already said a couple times here. Putting them on skirmish will probably get them slain. Alright then. Monstrosities approach.
Crossbows ready, General. For the comet, ready.
Alright. Not much else we can do as far as getting ready.
General.
Pull them on back. Try to lure these guys through that small little gap. Did it work? Come on, you know you want to.
Finisher. Quickly.
Pull them off to the side. Push this group forward so we can be firing on them as they come out of that little gully there. Knights off to the side. There's a lot of enemies going this way. All the bloodletters and such.
Free company.
Alright, here come the spawn of Slanesh. That was an amazing first shot.
For the Emperor. Immediately. No
Furies are quite quick. Bring these guys towards the warrior priest there. Everyone else getting into formation.
free company.
I won't be able to look at chat for a moment though, because we are. This is gonna be quite the focus.
Ready.
They're just gonna go straight over the front line there.
Double time.
No, they're gonna get caught up. They're not sure what they want to do. They know that. Oh, look at that damage.
Awaiting orders. Yes, General.
Nope, don't get caught in a fight.
Missile infantry. Missiles at the ready. Free company.
Come on, come on.
Pistoliers.
Yep, that explosion's gonna be awful.
Standing by for the Emperor. Free company.
Oh yeah, those explosions hurt. Extra damage. We can't really use the soul fire though.
Battle, brothers.
Knights, go ahead and pull away. Let's go ahead and see if we can't break down this blood shrine here. Keep fleeing.
Taking aim. Faster.
No, 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 don't move up. You stand there and keep firing. Gonna pull through. Those Furies did all the free damage.
Standing by.
Keep running. We'll go ahead and pull these guys up too. Come on, Knights. Gotta avoid the bloodletters at all costs there.
I do not
Lord is on fire. Really can't use... Well, it's only for one unit. That's... not great. Give it to Sigmar's sons then.
withdraw. Awaiting your command.
I'd go for fire. I don't know why they didn't keep charging there. We are going to have to leave these guys in combat, so we can come around behind.
The Empire endures.
System the center here.
His might.
Keep pulling the bloodletters away. Oh, they got charged from behind. That was definitely not the intent. It seems like they stopped charging. I may not have given them the charge.
We serve the Emperor. Get them.
Way too close. Start turning and helping out with other units there.
Find your target.
Pull you away. We cannot have you get bogged down for too long. Knights the Blazing pulling away too.
Free company.
Almost on their back. Keep the Knights moving around. We're actually just going to use them kind of as an annoyance for the enemy, if you will. Nah, skirmish mode's a bad idea. They run in weird ways.
Yes, sir.
Come on up and help out with these exalted bloodletters here. You come on around too. We have broken away.
Eager for battle.
Really, really
In
need
the name
the...
of Sigma. Attack! Attack!
Charge back in.
By Ulrich's wrath. The Empire endures. Quicker!
Try to stop them in their tracks here. You charge into those bloodletters who have been given their Hellblades. They're going to be doing all of the extra damage. They've already slain, I think it's like 80 enemies. Free company come around behind. Pistoliers, keep using your doing your damage. We need the ward save on everyone we can. Wait for a moment. Grab it now.
Pray for glory.
Perfect, they broke them. Move through.
Position.
Spearmen, you gotta just hang out here. Wait for anyone to kind of come back. Fire on their lord, who's gonna start doing all sorts of havoc to our spearmen. Crossbows pull back. You guys pull back as well. Don't run it forward. That'd be really dumb of you.
The Empire endures. We are Sigma.
Knights got charged. That's not great.
We await your
Fire your pistols there.
Ready. Moving
Oh, I realize this is an ability we can use multiple times. Let's go ahead and give it to the White Wolves then. Give them some reload reduction. And actually, we'll have you come up and fire on the Blood Shrine.
The Helden Hammer. Moving now.
Knights, come on in. Hit this group here.
Free company.
Free company, just keep Picking your shots.
Quick march!
Alright, they did flee all the way off. We definitely need to pull these spearmen through. Knights, come on in. Soulfire, Grand Hammer, pull on away. Let's grab the Knights of the Brazen, or the Knights of the Golden. Not Knights of the Brazen, well, the Knights of the Blazing Sun. Away, Pistoliers, you guys charge. Give us a nice anvil to smash into. Pull away, you go ahead and charge back in on these Bloodletters here. Alright, turn and charge once more. For the Warhammer. It won't probably reach them. Come on over and help out with this nonsense. Their lord has been bogged down for most of the battle there, thankfully. Not the best hammer and anvil, but we'll get some extra damage because they aren't actually defending themselves all that well. They do scare off our spearmen pretty quickly, though. Away from that. Your steeds are probably going to have a bad day. Free company keep moving around, being a absolute nuisance. Two knights that are in battle here. Pull them away. Looks like we broke them. Wow, that was tough.
We are Sigmar's heirs! Death to the faceless!
Oh, the White Wolves charged into combat. That's miserable. I'm glad you guys did that. Pull away from these Bloodletters here. We're definitely going to want to try to chase down as many of these fools as we can. Who's still fighting? These guys are about to be in melee. We'll go ahead and give them the buff. Awesome. Ooh, that gives me a chance to actually get caught up on the comments now. And that was quite the battle. You guys chase them down over here. Help either macro. Remember, the slash key selects the next idle unit and control plus selects all idle units. Thank you. I will definitely try to remember that. Hey, Common. Welcome on in. It's going well. We actually just we won a battle that I was half expecting us to be trying to do as much damage as we could and then flee, but we definitely won that one on up. Okay, stream recording after work. All right, Bethany, that's fine. Glad you made it on in for a bit there. Now we chase them down. Just got on summer break, feeling good. That makes sense. Awesome to hear. Try to limit our own friendly fire there. Just fire on the units that are way up in the front. Keep these guys away since they have halberdiers. Since they have halberds. There we go. They took some damage and turned around and ran. The more damage we deal now, we could probably take the settlement in and auto-resolve quite nicely. Very glad they chose to sally out. And you're absolutely right, yes, it was, we probably could have done it even better than we did, but managing the buffs from our Lord was going to be absolutely key. He doesn't get to use his Grand Shield of Faith nearly as often as Volkmar does, but I probably could use it even a little bit better than we did. Tried to keep him on cooldown, but... Chase them down, please. Keep things up. Yeah, I probably need to do the same. I just, throw myself into these battles and hope we pull through. Macro has never been great, but we do all right. Can always improve though. So you definitely need some key cards at some point. Although then I'm looking all over the place. Good practice though. That army is. I'm not gonna hit in the battle because I want to make sure all of them are gone, and then should allow us to auto resolve without losing any units for the next fight. Fighting like 3 guys in the settlement while those cannons shoot at us sounds like a terrible time. Yeah, I think he's got like 50% shorter cooldowns. We'll have to triple check here in a second. The +3 terror he gets from this haircut didn't quite win the day. Two of them didn't get a lot of kills, but these guys were out there slaying. Now we hope Scarbrand isn't nearby. Although I think if he was, they would have definitely attacked us with both armies. Unless this was always the plan. Did they have Chosen? I just saw Chaos Warriors. Yeah, if they had Chosen, we would have gotten obliterated. The armor on Chosen is insane. Yeah, we managed to get out of that only losing. We actually lost less than Khorne. Happy day. We'll go ahead and pardon those that are left, though, because 3,000 is hard to pass up. Oh, true. Absolutely. You're right. More practice you get, more it'll be second nature. We'll get some cards sorted out for the next stream. Oh, did we failed our ambush, but they came on over to fight either way. They're not playing around anymore. We'll definitely keep our Rampager standard on our Lord here. That is a lot of Noblar trappers. We'll be having ourselves a nice proper missile duel, although they've got bonus to infantry. Keep them away from our line at all costs. Oh, I can't wait. Another fight with... And this man is blind. Why would you pierce your eyes shut? No. We will save you with purifying flame. Oh, you're right. SFO does make it a bit more challenging, and I'm not minding it one bit. We got humbled in the last stream quite a bit, but we're learning. Things are brutal, so you have to be brutal back. Look at this guy, he knows. Yeah. Now that our lords and heroes are starting to actually get some levels, though, we are quite a bit more deadly. Hobgoblin mercs are going to be a problem. The fact that the Noblars actually are sneaky is also going to be an issue, so here's what we'll do. The Ogre Bulls are quite a bit faster than their Noblar brothers. So we pull back. Give them a bristling wall of spears on the sides there. The Noblar is going to be an issue once they actually close the gap, but until they do, we're unconcerned. Flagellants behind. Archers. We'll make sure that two of the units of archers are pushed up further. That way they're the ones taking the shots and not the rest of them. Even though it doesn't really make sense logistically to have these guys push back, we will keep them a bit safer as such. That's a bad spot for you guys, unfortunately. We may push them forward. Have us fight. Our 4 heroes up front. And then our great swords we can keep in the back and let them kind of crash in wherever they are needed. Oh, true. That's probably what happened. He blinded himself, so his taste is better. He knows what kind of armor these guys are wearing from 3 miles away. Just by tasting the air. Hit like a snake. Rather freaky. We ask that he quit. A little bit further there, and then we add the other captain to that side. Alright, I think the battle's good to go. The real question is going to be if we can handle the absolute tide of random bits and bobs those hunters are going to be throwing at us. Lots of groups, and we're ready to go. Push forward just a little bit, but far enough also that we can't really easily beat. Although we're pretty much in the best spot. You attacked me. What are you doing? Don't you know how the attack works? Templars are ready. The Ogre Bulls are ready, but this army is going to stay where it is situated. They have invisible lads, dang it, and they're going to use them. Y'all keep abusing your kitties. Why are you giving me all these extra teeth? Sticking them in the side. War cats fight better when they're not wounded, ogres, just so you know. Really, they're just going to sit over here? Or we don't count as the attackers, do we? Orange sherbet armor. Indeed.
That's Empire steel you hold in your hands.
Well, that's a nasty hill. Don't like that at all.
Fire Ulrich's wrath.
You do understand that you attacked me, right?
We serve the Emperor. To battle.
No, we're not going to have it. Not even a little bit. Oh, interesting. Or does it count as me attacking them because it's an ambush that we chose to pursue anyway? They're just going to sit there and wait for us.
Chance to battle him.
We've got nothing to actually disrupt the fight. Let's speed it up just a little bit, see if they want to charge over. Oh, come on now. Don't be like that. That's messed up. Alright then. We push very slowly and methodically towards them while walking. Yeah, that's what I kind of thought there, is that because we did ambush them, that this kind of counts as us pursuing the attack, so it counts as an attack. We shall make do. You, sir, have a bonus for... No, you've lost your bonus versus large. You just are armor piercing now. Okay, keep in mind. Thank you, music, for making our march across the field much more epic. The approaching ogre armies. We are definitely going to get shot at by those trappers first. They're going to get first shot on us. Although we could probably get them spotted out with our heroes here, so that's what we're going to do. Go forth, horsemen. Watch out for these hobgoblin mercs, though. Who are around where they could possibly be fighting. Well, everyone else marches forward. We can lure them out of place here at the end. That'd be great.
Ready for war.
Come on up. Jets start doing their combat maneuvers overhead. I don't think you all can actually hear that very well, but if you can, I do apologize. Run! Right, army, you guys now hang out exactly where you're at.
Quick march. The Empire endures. Yes, sir.
It's your plan, fools. All jumbled up.
No lingering.
Alright, well, we can start pushing forward once more. At least we know where the trappers are now. We should be able to at least... Well, we did know where they are for a moment. Who's close enough with their bows? That's going to be an issue. Bonus V large gives them a better chance to hit, too. We'll move you guys up so you actually can engage. Push everyone else forward a bit. These two move forward. Those hobgoblins are fleeing. I guess I should not have pushed the line towards them. Wait here. You guys start firing on these trappers then. Keep moving so you don't get run down. Fire captain forward. You go ahead and charge into the sides of these guys here. Actually, we need you over here so you can stop the nonsense with the hounds. Great sword up. Bit of a skirmish battle to start things. We will definitely win this one. In fact, we'll go ahead and give them some more reload. Coat them in arrows. Spread the archers out though so they can actually keep firing. Alright, here come the lads. Pull back a bit. Fire Captain, charge forward, break them.
Conditions acceptable.
There's so many trappers. You guys go ahead and actually go through and start breaking the trappers. Stop these hounds.
For combat.
Hounds of the cat variety.
Your targets.
Defensive line is reached. Sigma!
My Ulrich's wrath.
They're gonna take a lot of damage on that charge. We've got to stop them. Oh, he's by himself. That wasn't a great cast.
The Empire endures.
Excellent usage, Wizard.
Ready for war. Now.
Charge through. You're getting bodied by this ogre, so let's pull back. Here's some trapper damage going down. That's not great. It's basically free damage.
Steady, men. Taking aim. Shoot.
Yeah, to start breaking these bulls there, we're losing some of our line.
Yes, General. Taking position.
Trappers aren't bad fighters.
Swords.
Let me impress.
For combat.
You're getting dunked on by this ogre tyrant here, so let's pull away. You come on back and try to stop these archers. Keep in with that armor piercing. They actually sent the trappers into combat, which does make sense.
Crossbowman.
Keep blapping that fool there with the crossbows.
Take aim.
Be a nice delicate blanket of arrows.
For combat. Standing by. Prepare for combat.
No one being...
Loaded sword.
Whoa, that was some damage. Pulling away from that.
Play.
Start firing at these hobgoblin mercs.
Targets.
Have to pull to the side.
Targets. Attack.
We'll have the spearmen hold and wait for another charge of the hounds, or the war cats there. War kitties.
Sigma, fire!
Who needs the extra help? Looks like everyone's fleeing. These great swords need some help.
By Sigma.
All right, that group's broken. Pull through. Battle kitties are running. Go ahead and make sure these ogre bull iron fists don't charge into our back line, which looks like a lot of these guys are going to end up doing. Break them. See lots of white flags.
Take aim!
I gotta apologize, Chad. I haven't been able to keep up with y'all very much. It's been a hectic battle. We'll slow things down as we're starting to wrap things up, and we'll catch back up. Full plating thus by the gods. Yeah, I mean, full plate would be great. I would rather have full plate than nothing at all against a weapon this size, can't lie. Hey, Daniel, welcome on in. Happy to see you. Have most Empire captains are bald, men with one eye. Well, don't you know that's the only people that they actually recruit being captains? That's on purpose. No one else is allowed to join. So many men of the Empire actually poke out one eye and shave themselves bald. It's unfortunate practice. Here's the victory. This is the deep lore, though. You won't find it anywhere but here. Awesome. We'll take it off slow-mo. We'll try to catch as many of them as we can, and that'll be that victory. Sweet. Try to limit our friendly fire a bit. These guys are pretty fast at moving. They do the damage over time, even while they're fleeing. That's great.
Ranged weapons ready!
Blast the Noblars then instead.
War! Ready!
Turn and maybe deal with this group of Noblars. The others are too fast. Just move far too quick.
Immediate guide us!
Maybe hunt down these ogre bulls. Better use of your time.
The Empire endures! Sigma!
Keep this on up since it doesn't really matter if we catch them all. See, against a unit like that, the Flagellants did very well. Let's see how many kills they ended up getting. 168. They were out there slaying. Unarmored units are their bread and butter. Anything else, though, they really struggle. You can't give it to Lords and Heroes. That's interesting. It's only for infantrymen. Alright, well, whoever's chasing down Noblars, you enjoy yourself a buff. Can you get this unit, please? Oh, okay, we're not. We'll go ahead and end the battle there. Hey, thanks. The Cetra series was a lot of hard work, so I'm glad to hear you enjoyed it. Most of those episodes took upwards of 2 or 3 days to fully get created. Nah, you're entirely fine. See, that's why I don't want to have the full focus on narrative campaigns. I do like the narrative campaigns myself because I like writing the stories. And I like telling the stories as well, but I know that that's not everyone's cup of tea, so having one narrative campaign going, or one kind of blended narrative campaign going like we have now, because like you said there, not everyone likes the uh, cinematic style battles. I personally have never really been one that enjoys watching those style of campaigns myself, so I understand it personally. I also do get with the people who like the story and the immersiveness of it, so but since I'd like to do more streaming, I really can't keep up with a 2-3 day episode creation and streaming at the same time. So that's why we kind of switched to this blended one where there's a nice intro that's cinematic and scripted, and everything else is as normal. We'll pardon them as well because gold. He's checking terrain and moving very slowly. Yeah, and that's one of the things that I struggle with most of all. I have absolutely no chill when it comes to movement around. I'm checking. It looks like things were a bit laggy for a moment, but I think we're good. I have almost no chill when it comes to sitting and replenishing and things like that. If you've seen Oxyotl campaigns and others like that, I have a hard time knowing when to take the foot off the gas. So Empire and such I've always had a big struggle with. We're learning. Better every time. Let's go ahead and grab the inspiring presence for that slow trickle of experience and extra leadership.
The Empire.
Balthazar. And Soulfire is just so useful. We'll grab the final point into the Empire's finest. +6 on the attack and melee defense for all of our frontline soldiers. I appreciate that. No, it's less of a stress and more I kind of want to have a spread. I love all of the aspects you can do with Total War, and I'd like to kind of tell stories as well as have the normal Let's Plays, because normal Let's Plays are good fun, and telling stories is as well, so. Or Kronk, probably a good idea to get you the hard to hit. You can hold in battle a little bit better. When choosing between melee attack and defense, defense is usually the better option. Unless you just have an ungodly amount of attack. For Ludwig, the Warrior Priest, we will now give you your... Since we don't quite have the level for the better abilities, we'll just go for that Replenish Troops. Make sure we have more Men of the Empire coming on back. And Blade Master for Gregor. Okay, and with that victory, we can actually push towards Balldog, the Face Puncher. Oh, hello, Sandgrinder. I thought that was you I had just fought face down. Turns out it wasn't. He's a juggernaut. We're actually going to fight this one. Makes little to no sense. But you know what? No, we'll give it auto-resolve. Gamble. Ogres are notorious at killing, yeah, way more soldiers than they have any business doing. Take the pardon. And we will sprint back to the safety of our settlement.
None may direct my recipe.
Okay, so we did defeat Sandgrinder, but he just turned and ran with what he had left. That makes sense. Crag's recruiting up a new force. Okay, the Tomb Kings took that opportunity. The peace was used to recruit more soldiers. We are inside the city walls, or at least the safety of the city, so we'll get some reinforcements if he does come and attack us again. Doesn't mean it'd be a safe battle, though. This is crazy how deadly this army is. Definitely need more artillery before taking on the defenders of that book. Books of Nagash, very well defended.
This is why.
Scoot on forward. Balthazar can go ahead and use your reinforcements to bring down a Gruul Migdal. Definitely should check before I click that, because that could have been really bad. We lost 38 in the battle. And we will go ahead and just occupy the settlement. This belongs to me now. Awesome. Finished our Slaughter on the Steppes first quest. Now for the one that's going to be a bit more difficult. We have to amass a treasury of 15,000. The reports were not exaggerated. Bodies bound were discovered, clawed, savaged, and feasted upon by some unholy creature. Peasant is encountered who speaks of a nearby encounter with a naked feral vampire, before the intervention of an aristocrat known as Countess Gabriella prevented him from becoming the creature's victim. Curiously, the Countess addressed the naked vampire as Ulrika. This is Ulrika Stroghoff, missing daughter of the deceased Ivan Stroghoff, who had warned Zarita Katerin of the impending Chaos invasion, and further investigation is required. Peasant believes the Countess and Ulrika have retreated to a Nachthafen castle. Entering the Citadel will require you to masquerade as nobility. Masquerade? I am the Grand Theogonist, you fool. Best achieved with the help of a gold-laden treasure vault. We need 15,000 in our vault, and that will get us Ulrika. Don't let Ulrika near Volkmar. That was the initial plan. I won't have her rolling with Volkmar. She'll go with the Grand Maester here, Albrecht. Yeah, she can't join Volkmar's army, even though it would be a power combo of the century, to be honest.
The righteous hammer of Sigmar.
Right, I think we definitely have you and our other force move up, crush this Beastman Hearthstone. They tend to only have one settlement. Yep, he's only got the one. If we can destroy that and wherever the army comes from next, no problem at all. Deals with the Beastmen, and we can wait for Skarbrand, which I feel much better about fighting Skarbrand with two armies.
Champion of the faith.
Two armies both with Soulfire too. Very good stuff. How can we increase our economy? We need more money, lads. We may just have to upgrade Kasabar. Yep, upgrading Kasabar it is. This will unlock us the Fanatic's Decree. The damned will fear us as we push towards the unbridled wrath, and they will be destroyed. Gives us Dauntless Fury for our Archlectors, which does what now? Armor piercing, which increases as they spend time in battle, and then the pursuit of battle as well. I cannot wait. It's a pretty good one. Gonna cost all of our gold, and that will hurt our chances of recruiting Ulrika. I don't know. Okay, I'll leave the choice to you then, chat. Do we start saving gold now since we have a nice 8,000? Start saving for Ulrika, or do we spend some money to upgrade Kashabar? Hey, Techie, welcome on in. He absolutely would just kill her. That's 100%. But the buffs you get for killing her are not good enough to warrant doing it. So we will definitely be using Ulrika in battle. So do we save for Ulrika, or do we spend the money? And Toddy would indeed pay for an alliance, but I don't know how much money he has. We'll take a look.
Do you so?
Oh, he has a lot now. Well, at least he has a high chance of giving us a lot. 800 is all he's down to. We'll take it. Thank you, Lucas, for pointing that on out.
So be it.
We should feast to this Grand Accord. That snag it is. Please don't spend the last of your gold putting in an outpost. That would be so very foolish. Beat the army, the crag. I can definitely do that. Sand grinder isn't worth as much. I'd love an outpost of flaming bowman would be awesome. Fire arrows and pox arrows both. I would take both, and we wouldn't actually have any penalties for the peasants. They're not the best, but pox arrows would slow lads down and get them poisoned, so. Alright, mission successful. We're closing in on Ulrika. -1 Confederate chance. You think I want to Confederate Toddy? We would have to abandon Middenland almost immediately and run. Fighting on two fronts would be rough. We'll get Toddy when he joins up with Reichland, because eventually we will likely confederate all of the Empire altogether under Volkmar's banner.
Sigmar.
Confederating Toddy would be like randomly confederating the Huntsman over here. It'd be a nice challenge, but man, they'd be likely to be slain. Alright, Albrecht the Grand Master. What do we want to give you, good sir? Flow of Battle allows us to have an ability that gives us an active area around him, speed and vigor. So that's for his knights. That makes sense. Does Headhunter drop upkeep? Yeah, it does. 4%. That's not bad. The blue line's pretty good. Let's start working on, though... How many knights do you have in this force? None at all from being a captain of knights. We'll grab Route Marcher for now. Make sure we can actually escape more often than not. Gain a little bit. Closer to El Kabong. Maybe you might be able to escape. Looks like Sandgrinder can't quite reach anyway, so we're good to go. The Tomb Kings are an entirely different story. Setback for having to gather the gold. We could immediately start recruiting troops as soon as we gain her, but you're probably right. You're probably right. We need to get the captain of the empire better troops. So
I serve Sigma.
we'll go ahead and upgrade Kosovar. In the effort to gain better soldiers. We will definitely not spend the gold to upgrade the village here. We'll just kind of leave this as a settlement. And you're right. I guess we could confederate up with Thadi and then give the city over to the Empire. That's not a bad call at all.
Welcome, my countrymen.
So could we threaten him? It likely wouldn't work. Maybe next turn we'll have a chance to grab the Confederation. If Reichland doesn't grab it first. We are 8 strength rank. How much does Reichland like the Empire? He usually doesn't. It's very friendly improving. We have a little bit higher, but AI does get all sorts of nice buffs. We'll see. That would be pretty cool.
Valiant.
We trade
All
with
right.
Marienburg almost as well.
Ready.
Meat ritual.
Famish would give us how much gold for peace?
My skill at butchery upon you.
2,000.
Me.
That's not bad. Wiping them out is also not a bad call. They're currently at war with the Chevaliers of Leonis. They'll might likely come on over and stomp them out. She's not doing well. Archon usually does take out Rapance in most campaigns I've seen. I am tempted. Peace for gold. Now it's DLCs I'm looking forward to the most. I am actually looking forward to the one that involves Kislev and Cathay the most. Because the options for Kislev are so small, we are likely to get Mama Astankia, or Mother Astankia, which is basically just the sub-in for Baba Yaga. And I don't care what the rest of the army that brings, just having Baba Yaga as a lord is going to be everything. For me, it's going to be hilarious. So you thinking we need to, Lucas, thinking we need to peace out with them and leave them here, or since they're a problem, we need to wipe them out? We're going to wipe them out either way at some point, but we could, you're right, we could grab some Ogre Mercs from them, giving us a little bit of a punching power for our front line. But leaving them here is also dangerous because they put in those camps and become annoying. It's also kind of an annoyance for Archon, too, later on, because they never make friends with him. Imrik does need more dragons. I would be happy either with Li Dai or the Monkey King. I can't lie. Although everyone else wants the Monkey King, I just want more dragon siblings. And I want more variants in Cathay's armies. So, if they can bring us the dragon siblings, either Li Dai or the Jade Dragon will be very cool. I doubt we'll be getting the Jade Dragon yet, but it'd be very cool. We'll come back if you leave them. The ogres here? I think we will grab the peace treaty for now. Fortunately, it does let them build up, but the Great Desert of Araby here is pretty weak. It's not actually a good settlement. All of their good stuff would be coming from the camps, and if we can kind of declare on them as soon as those camps come back out, that'd be no problem. But grabbing this 2,000 sounds good for now. That doesn't mean we like you, it just means that we'll take your gold for peace. It is a bribe. And it'll allow us to come on back over to Sudenburg and grab I think we'll probably want to trade out some of these archers or huntsmen, because they have some bonus versus large arrows, and lots of our enemies over here that are going to be really deadly are actually going to be coming from the constructs, which any extra bonus v large is going to be great against them, and then the ogres too. Not looking forward to the battle with Archon Greater. That's going to be rough.
Honor before glory.
I am tempted to grab these with Thegons too.
These lands are ours by the right granted from the Lady of the Lake. I accept.
I'm going to take your gold, because you are likely to be wiped out by Archon. And I don't think we can save. As much as we're going to try here, I don't think we can save. Wow, how have you researched 4 dynasties already? That is incredible. Either that or has just been gifted that many of the mortuary jars that they can keep adding new dynasties. That's quite the buff there. Would make your battles as him quite a bit easier. So the last upgrade into the landed estate over here, and we'll save the rest of our gold for upgrading the soldiery. It's good across the board there. It wants me to upgrade El Kabong. Well, grabbing the dies is probably a good idea, so you know what, we will. You're more of a Nurgle player yourself. We'll see. I don't know if they'd be donating to the Church of Sigmar. Yeah, but you're right. We'll call it that. We'll mark it up in the books. I agree. The dragons are too great. And I'm just not interested in monkey warriors all that much. Midland has been attacked by the tree hammers. Well, we join you then, buddy. Hey, Georgie, welcome on in. What do I think of the Pharaoh game? I am very excited. If they do that one right, I absolutely love Bronze Age Egypt. I haven't been able to study as much of it as I'd like to, and I love how the wars are waged, the weapons they used. I've said many times here, the Capiches are my absolute favorite. I say the name wrong, but that's how I'm going to say it. The Capiche, they're my favorite weapons, favorite swords. Kind of a proto-machete. They are awesome. We could probably do some raiding on the Black Tower, but I want to come on over and do some recruiting. We'll give him the Knights of the Panther as well. Since even though Volkmar would likely not use them, not utilizing all of our tools in this campaign would be pretty foolish. Crossbowmen also are quite a bit more damaging. Yeah, let's go for a blend. We'll have probably 4 crossbows and 2 huntsmen. Because the huntsmen don't actually have as much damage, but they do have that bonus v large, which is quite nice. Got gold for, looks like 2 recruits, so pick out you 2 archers. See you idiots later. And we'll first replace the crossbowmen since they actually do more damage overall, and I would rather replace them first. Sweet business.
Sigmar
Move on the Sultan
praised.
Karnak. Although let's make sure
Sigmar has heard my prayers.
bring you up first. Make sure that there's no nearby Scarbrands lurking. Oh, it's not going to show us, is it? Although he is across the river there, so I think either way we're safe.
The instrument of Sigmar's
Safe
will.
is not the word I would probably use, but that's the one we'll go for. Oh, it's been destroyed already. There's definitely a Scarbrand nearby. We will go ahead and occupy.
Never yield.
Already been cleared by Sigmar, what do I mean? He knew we were on our way.
There is power within prayer.
Need you to
Sigmar
join the army there,
heals
Kevin.
us. Warrior of
Balthazar
Sigmar.
can come on up as well. Looks like we've sufficiently
Guided
cured
by
the
Sigmar.
infection from the area. Together, but I don't know if that's going to work, so maybe instead you come back to Agrul Migdal. You need replenishment, and unfortunately I've kind of wasted your movement. So, march it is,
I
back to
will do
Agrul Migdal.
anything for Sigmar.
We didn't take any casualties
Defender
taking this
of
settlement,
the
so
faith.
it'd be interesting if it was MASH here that won that battle, but just barely. I'm kind of thinking with the evidence that would happen. Will I cover Pharaoh? Absolutely. I absolutely will cover Pharaoh. Mm-hmm. Check on Toddy. You're right, Lucas.
Sartosa's most infamous.
What?
Oh, now he's really not looking to confederate. He might have kind of stabilized a bit.
Yes.
That's unfortunate.
Sit.
The Wardrobe of Woe would like to have military access pact. Imagine making friends with Drycha. Give me your gold, Drycha.
Glade Lord.
I'm very surprised she's working with us. She is chaotic neutral usually, but she tends to lean towards bloodthirsty and evil, so I'm gonna be impressed. We'll go ahead and intern here, and I will then likely jump up and take a quick break, grab some water, and get back to it. You were hoping for Empire 2, that I can understand. While I'm not the biggest fan of the Revolutionary War period for warfare, I like mostly the large scale medieval style battles and even the Bronze Age stuff. So I would have been really, really thrilled with a Medieval 3. Not just, I know they just did the remaster for 2 though, so it's likely that we won't be getting that for a while. But a Medieval 3 with current day graphics and stuff, just the best. Continue to make our soldiers better here. It's going to be expensive. I will jump up and grab some water, and we shall meet back in.
By Sigma.
No issues with Scarbrand. We'll meet back here in about 5. Let's get Warfare is your favorite? No, I understand. I will not smack talk that at all. I love the giant battles clashing and the cavalry charges. Anyway, we'll be right on back. Alright, we're back, everyone. Welcome back on in. This break brought to you by, sadly, water. No more fun snacks or drinks this time. I'd like to get to actually play Empire Space Coast. From what I was told, Napoleon is basically identical. Just with quite a smaller campaign and then just much more focused on the Napoleonic Wars than the actual world at large. So, is that true? Is it very similar to Empire? I haven't seen much on it. So, it's an older game, so bugs are kind of going to be inobvious, but you just kind of work through them. Medieval has quite a few bugs, and the pathing for most of your units is very, very suspect.
Ever vigilant.
Volkmar the Grim.
Is the mic broken? Or the mic has been broken? Was it broken before? I thought I was talking. Well, how long ago? Now I must know, how long has my mic been broken? Well, that's unfortunate to hear. Napoleon has just updated Empire. That makes sense. I've got Napoleon currently. I've never really played too many campaigns with it. I avoided playing as Napoleon himself because I don't really like the campaigns where you start with a giant empire and then lose it over time or try to defend it. It's just never been my favorite strategy. I get really anxious about losing all bits of my territory.
Your word is my command.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm watching things much more closely on my old streams. We're going to learn and improve with each stream here. By Sigmar. Improve mechanics and focus on Europe. Fair enough. And I will be the first to admit I am downright terrible at Empire. Or Napoleon. It just comes from a lack of practice, but... if we had to go for a more modern war style, I would definitely like something that was either centered on either World War I or II. World War I has a little bit too much trench warfare. Was really, I mean, both of them were trench warfare based, but one was way more so. There were a lot of cavalry charges, but those ended obviously very horribly. All right, Albrecht, let's keep you moving across territory. We are likely to lose Alkabong here, but if we move fast, we should be able to recruit up the huntsman we want. We get 2 more units if we're lucky. We'll just do it one at a time though, so I don't get cursed here. 1 more crossbow, and then we afford the huntsman. No, 998. We might be able to get some gold out of someone else. Okay, so the floating village is our next target here. Reap what they sow. Do we have to raid them? Raise or sack the floating village. Moving on finally to Death Gorge, which is... wow, that's well defended. SFO has made your enemies quite dangerous. I do think we want to wipe out Scarborough now. He also has Mordheim. That's not great. It'll repair itself over time, then we wait. We let it repair itself over time.
Orders.
Crossing this river will be an issue, but I think we start moving out.
Onwards. I see.
Obviously, the orcs may choose this moment to pounce, but if they do, we will pay them back in kind. That's why I'm not going to repair the sunken Kernark. We're just going to kind of leave it as a ruined settlement. We're going to act like we've claimed it, we've purged it, we're moving through, and we may add more villagers later on. For now, we don't trust it, though. Balthazar, you may get more replenishment in camp stance.
I serve the Helden Hammer.
You enjoyed the main story. It takes you all over Europe to Egypt, Russia. Well, yeah, you're absolutely right. I think that's the best part of it is the campaign where you play as Napoleon himself. The battles leading up to. That has some pretty cool stuff in it, but the main campaign itself, playing as France, is just not for me.
Ready to swordfish.
All right.
ready to
The nation
swordfish,
calls.
which is an interesting thing to be ready to
Who
do.
calls?
Now.
Yeah, Midland
The
is
Empire.
slowly less and less likely to confederate. We probably should have looked and tried to spend some gold to confederate with them before we spent it elsewhere. Unfortunate, but
The Empire.
it'll be all right. We'll make a defensive pact
Friends
with
of the Empire.
the
Come.
Emperor there.
So be it.
Perfect. This will let us start getting in our outposts eventually. For now, it just lets him give us some more defenses since the AI really like building outposts. So, we'll get some more defenders. True, it means you don't have to babysit them, but it also works for the AI as well. So their armies are, as long as you are aware of it and you're a bit more humble than I was in the beginning of this stream series, it means you're able to fight them off and you get quite a bit better battles. So you're not just auto-resolving everything because what's the point? Let's actually bring. I see no armies. There's Infernus here, which sounds like a Pokemon.
Moving off. Pick up the
We'll bring Kevin as a spy for now. Balthazar, I want to bring
Ready
you
to
up
serve.
closer to Volkmar. I have no trust for the forces of Scarbrand here, and having both of them in the battle makes this siege quite a bit easier. We noticed we could win out on the field, but in the settlement where all the towers exist, different story, I think. The Savage Orcs are going to want to take back a Gromigdal at some point, aren't they? That's fine, let them try. See you later, archers. In fact, you know what? Let's get rid of both of them so we're not paying their upkeep anymore. They do cost 82. And we grab ourselves some huntsmen. I'm sorry, where'd they go? There they are. Some huntsmen. Then with the Knight's Panther added on in, we should be very prepared to come on over and deal with the Rakosh dynasty here. Yep, we're not going to repair that, but I will throw in the farm down here at Agromigdal. If we have to escape, we'll have a place to replenish a bit better. And that'll be the turn. I mean, you can name this Grandmaster if you'd like there, yes. This one was not named by anyone. He just starts with the name Albadich.
I will scour the enemies of Sigmar from these lands. From all lands.
Wooden battleships, fair enough. I definitely think that it would be great to have some Navy in this one as well, but I just think that's just not going to happen. Oh, Balthazar. Didn't even realize. Well, hello, you big golden boy. He would like to trade. He only brings tusks. Greedy you are. We can use that agreement to grab much more. We'll just not. Let's just grab the trade for now, because he's not willing to give us any more gold, because I think he has no more gold. We'll wait for his treasury to fill back up, and we will... Which is interesting. How do you not have money? You should be able to print it yourself. Subject that bothers you? Gold! Oh, look at that. 500 more coins. Where do these come from? Yeah, you're right. As soon as Toddy gets karate chopped in the neck, he should be willing to confederate. He'd be named Skylar. Yeah, he can. Yep, he absolutely can. Reichland is beginning construction. And then we'll give him a, Stroham. Skylar Stroham. Alright, well, he is the Grandmaster. Ready to go. I love this unit. He looks awesome. Oh, and Lord, his gold disappears after a while. Okay, fair enough. We'll see, but that's fine. You can work around that as well. You give people a whole crate of gold and cackle as you run away with whatever the agreement was. Let's come over into Bagar. Oh, I'm very wrong on what I can recruit here. The cavalry building is over in Imri. I do not wish to make that journey. Let's go ahead and jump into... That's not right. Empire in camp. Go over this way. And we may have to use the old global recruit. How expensive is that? Absolutely incredibly expensive. That's like buying a new tank. Alright, well, now we'll just grab the huntsman. And we may start passing out some of these spearmen for their halberdier variant. So we've got 1,300. Is that enough for one unit of pikes? Or halberds? We'll grab them. Prepare for the fight with the Tomb Kings that is ahead. There's Scarbrand. Oh, lovely. He serves only corn. Well, what's your army looking like? Wow. Well, this is pretty destructive. His buddy Judge. Can we clear this enough so we can actually not take attrition? We may jump over here then. Volkmar, come on over. And we'll throw Balthazar into a sneaky formation.
Ask too much.
Ask too much, huh? But what if I ask for Heaven, the chosen of Sigmar?
Fight me or be murdered.
You're being murdered. We have no money. In terms of money, we have no money. Join Volkmar's force.
Volkmar the Grim,
We'll have you switch
servant of the
into...
faith.
Oh, we really need you to replenish as well.
I live to
Switch
serve
into ambush.
the Emperor.
Oh, we still take attrition here. I thought we had cleared this area. It's going back up. Gross. Okay. That does hurt my plans a little bit there, but we need the attrition, or the replenishment, so we'll kind of cluster together here in fear of Scarbrand. Try to wear out his bloodletting a little bit there. It's going to decay unless he fights a battle. He can't reach us, so that should let it decay. We back down to just the first here, which drops the melee attack a little bit. Alright, awesome. Yeah, that's exactly what we would be doing. But we would have to make sure we'd be giving it to the enemy, or someone we really don't like or care about so much, because they would immediately show up with an army if all of the gold you gave them disappears. Imagine. They would join Khorne immediately, no matter who they were, even if they were the friendliest of halflings.
The Empire is beset
Rapunzel,
on
you're
all
all
sides
glowy.
by
What's
the
going on there?
savage and the unholy, but you are most welcome.
She doesn't like us so much because of our treaties with Thegons. She wants us to join her war against Rakash. I think that would make us unreliable. So, Rapunzel, because you have been deemed unworthy of battle, it looks like Thegons is doing much better than you are. I'm gonna have to go ahead and turn that down. See, there you go. That's even better. That's some Skaven tactics there. As the regiments gain renown, they become more willing to stay and fight. Alright. Our income is really starting to dwindle, so I think we're going to roll with this force we have here. This is pretty well stacked. We can move up and try to bully the Rakash dynasty now. How many turns are we allowed to declare war on them?
Before the king. Revel in
2 more?
my
We're getting there.
undying majesty.
Don't you worry, Rapunzel. We shall join you in due time. In the meantime, though, we can get up here and start raiding. Would one more halberdier be worth it, though? These guys cost 111. They cost 141. That cavalry bane is really very good. Let's pull to here. And we will grab one more halberdier. Whatever the cost. Well, I guess we can't afford the cost. Oh man.
So,
Oh. Well, it was only a matter of time.
what?
Supreme
calls?
Overlord of the Empire.
Yes?
Alright, Everlyn, how much
Approach
gold
us,
do you
friend,
bring?
and make your offer.
1,000.
On
Oh.
it! So,
Sterling, how about yourself?
approach us, friend, and make your
1,000 from you as well? Getting these trade agreements is probably not a bad idea. Surprisingly, she's not fighting Averlin. She normally goes up there and wipes Averlin out. So having Drycha on their side is actually keeping them alive. Don't trust the Chloe. You don't like the reliability system since it makes factions like the Skaven not want to betray them. Yeah, no, it is. It's a bit unfortunate. If it worked kind of for like the evil factions, if it worked different from the good factions, that'd be great. Or if it kind of made decisions based on who you're attacking. Like if you're stabbing an evil faction in the back who really cares. At least the good factions wouldn't care. They'd be like, yeah, get him. They'd be cheering you on from the side.
I will.
You will give me
Yes.
all your money, indeed.
By Sigma's will.
We'll come back
in
for these
peace.
trade agreements soon. But for now, we'll take the
Of course.
grip of steel and gold they're sending our way. We are strength rank 2 worldwide. Ow. Okay.
What?
Who calls?
Trade with Hochland
Good
sounds
calls.
nice.
Welcome, my countrymen.
Welcome, my countrymen. You give me gold.
Sigma's will.
Sigma's
No
will.
more trade, it appears, but we can get a non-aggression pact with the Golden Order or the Pirates of Sartosa.
Fear the pirate queen!
Imagine. I would rather have Arguilan on side, though, I can't lie. Arguilan is fighting with the Golden Order, though. Darn. And Whistleman both. Having the Wood Elves on side would be great. And just so you all know, we'll probably keep going for... I am having a good deal of fun here, so we'll probably keep going past 4. But I do have places to be after 4:30, so I have to leave a bit before then. So we'll probably end the stream around 4:15, 4:20, if I can remember. So another about 30 minutes or so. Let's grab
The
the
Empire.
non-aggression pact with...
The queen of
I think
tides!
we will grab it with the Pirates of Sartosa for now, just so we don't have to worry about them
Salt
fighting us later on.
Salt
And this
blood.
will allow her to be our buddy for a bit.
That's all you
Actually, you know what? What am I talking
taste
about? Volkmar doesn't make
The
friend deals
Empire.
with the undead. I forgot what you are.
Yes?
Yeah, the Imperials will have more money for us later on.
So. What? What?
Blood!
Some good deals to be made there. We have a lot of money now. We need to do some raiding, and we can give you those halberdiers we promised you. I actually think these flagellants are not going to cut it. They're expensive too for what they're worth. They're great in Volkmar's army. Outside, they are just not. So let's go for instead halberdier. I won't lie, one more unit of huntsmen would be great. The fact that we don't have cavalry also is kind of a problem. Oh, can we afford the Knights Panther? We are on the cusp. It's going to take 4 turns to recruit them, though, but I think it'd be worth it. Go dredge up some more gold.
The nation call.
Or
Yes?
Averlin, how much more money do you
by
have?
Sigma's will,
500, that's all we
come
need?
in peace.
Right. The Empire.
Yep, we can wait even longer for halberdiers. That's going to make our upkeep incredibly maxed out, though, isn't it? How much did Knights Panther cost a turn? 300? Gross, but listen. Anti-large. And they have the Panther standard, which has Banish, dropping physical resistance, spell resistance, and miscast chance. Adding a miscast chance. That is fantastic. Welcome, you big beautiful lads. We can join the battle after that. The lads will have more money for us soon. It'll be 4 turns before they can join anything anyway. Now it's probably a good idea to increase our income from settlement buildings or give our infantry some more armor. Rank 2. How many armies do I have? We have 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we've got 3 armies. Volkmar over here is rank 20.
My knowledge is yours.
This guy's rank 10.
Be to Sigma. By the Heldenhammer.
Yeah, it's gonna take 4 turns, but they will be well worth it. English.
The
Plus, it would still take about 1 more
Sigma's
turn to get
will.
over there, so we're only really shaving 1 turn off if we move over to Kimry. So, I think it'll be worth. It does stop our ability to declare war, though. Let's see if we can threaten the Death Gorge. How far can you move there, buddy? You can barely cross over. That's an encamp stance. Doesn't actually drop his movement at all. So yeah, perfect. Let's go ahead and threaten the Death Gorge.
Blessings of Sigmar.
If our Sigmarite army's moving on up, he can't quite reach us, and he can't quite reach Death Gorge either. So we'll have to see what he plans.
I only obey call.
If he goes into a march to try to get somewhere he wants to, we should be able to pounce on Scarbrand then. Yeah, so what do you think, chat? For our next research, do we just need a bit more gold, or do we want to go ahead and continue to improve our infantry? Rifled barrels would really be pretty good too for that increased missile strength. So honestly, I'm more keen on going for either a bit more missile strength or a bit more gold from all of our buildings there. With holy knowledge. Listen, I agree. Gold from Space Toast. That's one vote for greed. I'm here for it. Hey, Splat. Welcome on in. And thanks, too. Kill the enemies, you can steal their gold easier. See, that's also very true. Fair point. That's a vote over towards rifled barrels. But glad you can make it on in there, dude. Both will take 9 turns. A bit more gold is only 10%. Yeah, I think let's go for the extra missile strength. Winning battles is going to be way more important right now. Helkabong, we can go ahead and throw in the Cinnabar mining bit, giving us some more dies. The city would be really weak for a bit, so we will probably not go for that. I upgraded it for the express intent of doing so, but getting the city attacked immediately and losing it would be not great. It pays for itself after, looks like, 20 turns. Because of the income. The dies will give us a little bit as well, but it's hard to calculate how much the dies would bring back. We'll keep the Cinnabar mining pit off for now.
Now?
Yep,
What?
we'll let them store up some more gold, and we will siphon it on our way down here to the south. Agreed. They've got oil we need, so we're going to bring them some freedom. In this case, they've got the gold we need. Black Pyramid here is just sitting and festering. They've got a 4th army now.
I will decide whether you are worthy to stand before the sons of Sigmar.
Well, hello, Elendilling. He wants a non-aggression pact. Give me money and I agree. Very well, short lifer. That's an insult. Under Morsleeve's glare, your warriors range deep into hostile lands, but all is not well. There are dark omens abroad, and as if the shadow of some horned god was watching from the evil moon above. Do we gamble or do we give them some money? I don't really want to give the dark gods any money. Who says it's an omen aimed solely at them? I think the negatives you can get from here are pretty bad, though. So we'll go ahead and spend the gold, sadly. Wissenland is gone. Not great to see, but glad we don't actually take the hit for that. Knights Panther are ready to go. Let's go ahead and see what Scarbrand's up to. He's just kind of glaring at us menacingly from across the river here. If I can drop your bloodletting to inactive. Oh, it already is. Ah, fool. Keep moving up into towards Death Gorge now. He probably has a single army sitting here.
Lightens my steps.
Yeah, Judge is over there recruiting.
Setting forth.
Trying to lure Scarbrand into doing something he doesn't want to. If we can hit him in march stance where all of his soldiers are tired, they'll move extra slow across the battlefield, and we should be able to shoot them to pieces quite easily. We saw how fast the spawn of corn went down to a single pistolier volley. So if we can get several of them firing on the same group, we should be able to take down those spawn pretty quickly, no matter how fast they move. Alright then. We'll continue to let the other Empire factions raise some gold, and we'll go ahead and end the turn. Our new mission has been issued. Capture and occupy a settlement belonging to the enemies of Marienburg, Black Pig Tribe, or the Barrel Legion. You make us a small grip of gold. There we go. Exactly what I was looking for. Scarbrand goes into march stance, and now we pounce.
I will do anything.
Oh, can we not
for
reach?
Sigmar.
Man, if he calculated how far we could reach and went just outside the range, he did, didn't he? What an absolute monster. Man.
Chosen of Sigmar.
All right, well that's our own. I guess our own mistake there. So then, if he wants to go attack the Sunken Kernark, do we then trade for the Death Gorge? He can't reinforce for 2 turns. And we have 2 armies. Tier 3, so it's not going to have the highest tier walls. Let's go for it.
What
Yep, if he's going to turn and
orders?
run, we're going to hit his settlement here with
Knowledge
our artillery
is
force.
power.
Go ahead and surround.
My Sigmar.
Some of his jalapeno cornbread. You know he's definitely on his way. Extra barbecue sauce. Free of charge. Extra leadership. Probably a good idea to have this on our knights. Turtle up a bit. Not try to expand too quickly. Yeah, you're absolutely correct. We don't want to expand too much further than this. I'm pretty much only using this to take down Scarbrand's, one of his main settlements. So we won't do too much worrying about expanding here. If we can wipe out Scarbrand and just kind of turtle up, that would be the best way to go. Start playing a bit more defensively. Let's grab the other army here. Going without them would be a bit unfortunate. That's why they're here. Yeah, the Draz campaign has been bogged down a bit for that overextension. Alright, we've got 2 forces. It gives us a close victory with low casualties. Auto-resolve would be very kind to us, but that'd be boring. We haven't had another battle in a while. Alright, Judge. Bare your cheeks. Do you have any summons? You do not. And you have bloodletting inactive. Lovely. Yeah, it is a pretty nasty garrison. I think it's pretty similar to the one we just fought at Agro-Migdal. And the AI does deploy kind of strange in these settlement battles. So hopefully, I know this is SFO, so the AI does perform differently, but they still perform a bit strange in the settlement battles. And I'm hoping with the sheer numbers this time, we should be able to overwhelm them. Reinforcements arrive in a minute. This is a very dark, very nasty looking city. Where are the weakest? As it is a dwarven city all covered in garbage, it's not very weak. Not very weak anywhere. Mortars on the side. What tier are these towers? 200 missile damage and some explosives, so they're going to be pretty unfortunate to deal with. Lads, move yourselves on up.
Ready for war! Ready for war!
Come at them at a bit of an angle.
For Heldenhammer!
Try to minimize damage on the way in. We'll let the mortars fire up on the wall, kind of having them at not a straight-on line allows them to hit more of the enemy as they go, so hopefully that works out as we expect. A good idea to have the Free Company militia moving in from the side there. Earthland's Revenge can hold the front.
Free company!
Off to the side. Bit of an interesting formation to deploy on to start. Rifles and the handguns don't get a lot of easy shots at the wall. Try to keep them away from the towers as they move forward. Our Death Jack's in there as well. 2 knights behind, so we can kind of harass the other gatehouse if we really need to. Still on the side. Missile troops all as one. Alright, then Volkmar and the Warrior Priest. Volkmar having a protector is going to make this quite a bit more safe for him, but we do know how fast he gets torn off of that battle cart, so we want to make good use of his buffs there. And hopefully the reinforcements show up quick, so we don't want to push too deep into enemy territory until we do have our reinforcements, because the sheer volume of numbers at that point should help us out. Hey, common. Oh, foo. Ruben. Cool. Sounds good. Careful with the cannon towers this time. Don't remind me, I have PTSD about it. Let it go! Where are the enemies at? Let's go ahead and blast. These bloodletters should be the best targets. Actually, let's go for the bloodletters that are further back. Alright, in comes death. Sterling's Revenge moving up. Infantry teams, you start moving up as well. I want them to be firing full at them before anyone else. Those walls. Volkmar and the other warrior priests go hit the gatehouse. And then we will indeed have our cavalry go through and attack the gatehouse. We are getting shot up by those wall towers, aren't we? I want to see you guys around. Although it'd be best to keep you up front so we can actually get some shots in when the other guys actually break through. Taking some damage as we move up. We have no one that can clear the walls either, so we will do everything we can to avoid doing that except with our crossbows. You guys destroyed this group of bloodletters. You were missing all of your shots pretty badly there. The sheer amount of damage we've taken just on this charge up is pretty incredible.
No lingering! Take position!
Activate the extra reload and hopefully accuracy on these guys. Thought I brought both of them over, but turns out I absolutely did not. Still taking all of the damage. This might be a complete repeat of the last time. Alright, the extra reinforcements have arrived. And I just gave myself whiplash. There we go. To battle, brothers. We need your help. We are getting destroyed. Thank you for blowing up your own units. Those towers are horrifying. Move on forward. Yeah, they just keep dropping those right down the hill there. Bring in the knights. We've got to use overwhelming force to get through. We can't really take the walls, unfortunately, just because of the sheer deadliness of those Khornate troops. Keep firing on the bloodletters. You guys have got to get through these gates. Come on, Volkmar. Cannon towers are doing all sorts of bad things. You guys move it up. We are losing almost all of our free company. Yeah, that's perfect. They are turning and fleeing. I guess I'm glad they're taking the hits before anyone else, but whoa, this is bad. Alright, all the new lads, we'll get them in a group. White Wolves take the center. We're just getting shot apart by the towers there. Now, even though we have the bows, we're not getting a lot of good hits. Gotta get in the gates there. Our mortars are really not performing very well.
Sigmar, preserve us! Standing by!
Sigmar preserves us indeed. The gates are open. Through, lads, through.
By the Jade Griffin! Immediately! Without delay!
We'll rush in. As soon as they start coming down from the top, then we'll come on down from there. Keep blasting apart these bloodletters. We'll give who we need to the extra damage there. These guys need to keep moving up. Like we'll bring them up this way. These three knights, the pistoliers will bring up as well. We're losing all of our free company militia. That's just the worst. You guys gotta kind of move as a big blob. This is gonna be one of those kind of more boring battles. I can't lie. Alright, everyone in. Everyone in together. Ward save. Helm of Discord. More melee attack. Grand Soulfire. Get them by Sigma. Get them. I don't know if we can double up on it, so we'll go ahead and wait. Can we move you guys up to take position? No, probably not. All the bowmen outside the walls get set up. Knights, move forward. Gotta move in, start beating down on these individual troops that are down here. The battle blob commences. Come on, guys, get through those gates. The damage we have taken to purge this city has been huge. Everyone else moves on over. Keep blasting these exalted bloodletters on the wall, please. We've got the shotgun towers next. More ward saves, more Hammer of Sigmar, more Grand Soulfire. Let's go ahead and pull you out. Gotta bring down this barricade so we can stop some of those towers. Get on in there, boys. They're almost through those gates. Ever so slowly they have made it through. Looks like most of them have decided they don't want to be on the walls anymore. Let's see if we can get our own troops up there, or if they're just going to get slaughtered. We can try. Flagellant's turn to fight. More ward save, more melee defense, more explosives. Are they through? Perfect. Bring it. Bring the action. You guys need to come up and around. Is there no way up? Perfect. Well, snag this zone. I don't care how far you have to move. Finding the other swordsman here is going to be kind of difficult. Just bring them up as a blob. That's really all you got to do. Blob up, boys. You guys, can you come over and fire on these bloodletters? It'll be your best targets. We are getting shamashed, but if we drop down the banishment, we'll take more damage of our own. We just have to let the Jade Griffin do its thing. Why are you guys in the middle? The Empire Knight's stronger. You guys surround this cultist. We're exploding our own, boys. Let's go ahead and switch the mortar's targets to these bloodletters over here. That initial conflict is pretty rough, but I think we're starting to pull things back our way. Everyone charge in. Show us how much nothing you actually fear. Helm of Discord once more. There we've got lots of debuffs. Speaking of earlier, when you talk about tanks win the battle, it appears they do. Group 6, come on over. Slay these bloodletters here. Also, when you switch targets, you're being suppressed. That's fine. Getting lots of good damage in.
Cavalry, ready.
All right, mortars, you need to switch targets. Actually, I'll also take you off of fire at will. Start blowing up on these marauders over here. That cannon tower up top is doing all of the damage to us too. Bring you guys inside. Kind of layer up inside there. Try to bring our knights through. Cavalry Bane is a big issue. That's not going to hit anyone good. Well, it's doing fine. Doing fine damage. They've already got the Grand... Just because I want to see if we can double up on it. You can indeed double up on the Grand Shield of Faith. Get them. Slay every last one of them. You two hold up on this point here. Let's get all of our crossbows moving in. Free company militia as well. Bring yourselves on up. Everyone outside the walls has been exploded by the cannon towers, but not much we can do about it. More Grand Soulfire. Banishment would be a bad call. Make sure I know where you guys are. More battlefield tactics going out there. Our Pistoliers got destroyed. Did not realize they had quite that many troops going around that way. Okay, then we need to rotate some of these guys over here then. That's no problem. You spearmen move up and hold the line. You spearmen do the same. All of our cavalry need to get out of battle. Gotta come on through. Allow the crossbows to kind of get in position. Free company as well. Come on off to the angles there. You guys turn. Getting this first group down here is important. Volkmar has been taking all sorts of damage. Don't worry, Chad, I haven't forgotten about you, but we are in pretty dire straits. You guys should probably not come this way. That'd be a really bad call for your lives. Okay, rotate these three. Spearman ends. We've got a stauncher line there. Top. They're getting exploded by the cannon tower. That fair enough. Not much we can do about it. Just hold in. Are they all broken? Love to see it. Alright, looks like these hounds up here need to be dealt with next. Although, there is a Herald of Corn that could use a hug. The Cavalier just kind of hang out on the side there. Very well done. Gotta avoid those cannon towers, though. Luckily, it doesn't. I don't think they can actually build more in the battle. Actually, as I say that, there's several towers built out here over here.
Weapons at the ready.
Get you guys up on the walls so you can actually help out. But the knights should be able to charge right on in here, run everyone over. Let's go ahead and have them switch to these Chaos Warriors of Corn there. Volkmar, let's move with them. In fact, let's go ahead and start moving this way. Have you guys move up, start attacking this barricade platform here. We'll have the handguns need to stay where they're at. They're doing a very good job.
What do you bid? Take the ground. Shoot them.
Tearing down that tower would be great.
Yes, General. Roar! Ready. For the Emperor. No lingering.
Ours our warrior priest is in battle. Go ahead and give everyone extra ward save. That was not really useful, but the Grand Hammer will be great. Empire Knights, come on forward. Flagellants, you as well.
No lingering.
All of our missile troops here start blasting away at this spawn of corn. Move up, lads. Start tearing down this platform. Free company will just put you into melee. Volkmar, you go with. Yeah, we're just gonna keep kind of moving lads up ever so slightly. This cannon tower is gonna get so many kills,
Soldiers of the Empire.
and there's not much we can do about it.
Charge! Our orders.
Alright, the enemy lord's about to fall. We should probably pull our knights back.
Yes, General.
Reichsguard as well, pull all of them back.
This up quickly.
You come on and help Volkmar with what he's got going on here. Give everyone else some more melee attack. Get through that barricade a little bit faster.
On way, General. Quickly.
You guys come on up and prepare for the inevitable.
By Sigmar's will.
Getting torn to shreds there on that back line. Everyone move on down and deal with the spawn. They are obnoxious, at the very least.
With haste for the Empire.
Flagellants or Tattle Souls are starting to throw themselves away in droves. Every explosion they throw out is pretty devastating.
Yes, General. Shoot.
Come on, guys.
Finding range, sir. In the name of Sigmar.
Alright, that position falls to us. Let's go ahead and keep moving up.
Quickly now. At once.
Crossbows, you follow.
At speed.
Well, we can keep you right here.
Quicker.
Deal with these Chaos Warriors as they move up. Handguns, go ahead and hey, take the position there. Then we'll have our whole Knight Corps.
For the Emperor. For the Emperor.
Charge these idiots down once more. There's no more explosions causing problems. Go ahead and drop down the Grand Soulfire. Give the Knights some extra damage. They should throw all sorts of arrows that way.
Swordsman.
When we capture this point, this should go away, I believe. Where is it tied to? Oh, it's tied to the victory location. Interesting. And really unfortunate.
Weapons ready.
Where's our pistoliers? Do we have more still alive?
Ready! Formation march!
Yeah, I'm watching out for his health. I'm trying to catch up with chat. Apologies. This has been a hectic battle.
Yes, General!
We'll slow things down so I can get a bit caught up. Skaven tactics, we've been routed. Fall back. Yeah, the mortars got wiped out. Not a lot we could have done about it. We kind of had to keep them shooting. Oh, but that cannon tower up there is a problem. We probably could have pulled away a little bit from the
To glory! Attack!
angle of attack for it, but such is the way for now. We broke everyone on this side. Let's pull them up and through. Crossbows, come on up. We need you now more than ever. You go ahead and come on up and attack this barricade here. No real reason not to. Give us the old benediction of faith there.
Charge the battle hymns!
Oh, from the side.
Behold the light of Sigmar!
Get rid of his combat abilities, except for that extra explosion he does. Should drag it down pretty quickly. Silver bullets, come on up. Take this position next. All of you guys help out with... Oh, they can't actually fire from there. Interesting. They keep shooting at the tower. It doesn't do much damage at all, though.
Sigmar speaks through me!
Soulfire, where's his health at?
Awaiting orders!
You guys are doing nothing down here. Come on up and around.
Take the ground! For the Emperor!
You're gonna keep holding that blood shrine back for now.
Sir!
Alright, Spawn of Corn gone. Switch, deal with this blood shrine. Give the spearmen a bit more sturdiness there. Looks like we broke their leadership. Wow, that was a rough battle. Well over half our army was fallen, but this breaks the bastion of Scarbrand here.
Now! With haste! Glory awaits! Get them!
We'll double up on whatever of these abilities I can. Banishment. As soon as we deal with this poor fool here, we win and all the towers should go away. We can stop the slaughter of our lads. Run, everyone, run! Okay, we'll take the win. That was a rough one, but we'll take it. Pyrrhic, I don't know. I think this one was decisive. Heroic, even. No Pyrrhus here. No, what do you mean? That's not Pyrrhic. Yeah, the wall merlins do protect them pretty well. I was just trying to kind of chuck some arrows up and over the wall. If I tried to send these guys up on the walls themselves, they would just get butchered by the Khorne warriors. So the sieges for gunpowder units, I have a really hard time with. We'll learn. And you're right indeed. The slash key. Next time. Yeah, we'll find more. Wait, I just won't have a word with them at all. We'll just recruit new ones. Your contracts have been terminated. Through combat. Oh, gross. We lost a lot there. Alright, do we lose the Sterling boys? Looks like the ROR Free Company did get wiped out. Where are they at? Here they are. Yeah, Sterling's Revenge has had their revenge. Revengeanced. Gross, we lost well more than they did. Well, we learned a lesson today. Cannon towers are nasty. Unless we learned last time. That's why I brought both armies. But now we have this nice bastion to hold up in, and it kind of cuts a bit of his recruitment. 100% will come up here and destroy this so I can Kernark or Agrul Migdal. It'll just have to depend. Alright, we need some skills. Okay, here, hang on now. We could get our first holy decree. The Unclean Ones. Extra leadership when fighting the Warriors of Chaos and their demon brothers. And more ward save as well. Time of War sounds interesting. But the plus 15% ward save over here coming for fighting against all of the Demons of Chaos, Norska, Beastmen, and Chaos Dwarfs. This sounds like what we're going to go for Volkmar. Don't you look at the losses. Sigmar demands sacrifice. Oh, that made me sad, I can't lie. Yeah, let's definitely go for the Holy Decree. Unclean Ones, determined to stem the tide of chaos. His army specializes in slaughtering abominations. Even if Volkmar himself went out and got taken out by the undead. That ward save when fighting against Scarbrand is really what we're going for here. Holy Decree announced.
Your word is my command.
Balthazar Dietzen, you have also earned yourself some good skills. I think we'll make your pistol core stronger. Got lots of crossbows. Until we're able to actually start getting the Soulfire. Bronk, we will make you hard to hit. And Gregor will increase your training.
Sigmar, grant me
Kevin,
strength.
can we get you anything good? We can make you organized. That I care about not. Fire resistance sounds great for anti-bloodletter nonsense. Dropping charge bonus, though, for all enemy armies. That, I think, is the play, because that's basically adding a layer of defense. You're not wrong there, yes. I think bringing Skylar on over as a safeguard is not a bad idea. Yeah, let's go for the Beacon of Courage. The power and majesty of Sigmar drops the charge bonus, which is basically just a little layer of defense. Won't help out against missile-focused armies, but we haven't really been dealing with them just yet. Alright, Balthazar, we are going to have to do lots of replenishing. Luckily, he only really lost a unit of spears. That's pretty good. Free Company Militia would take 2 turns to recruit. Why?
The righteous
Why so long?
Sigmar.
I don't want to sit here for 2 turns. That sounds terrible. Can we fix that in any way, shape, or form? Why is it taking 2 turns, I wonder? Is it because the settlement's broken? That I can understand. I will absolutely leave in the rally field for now. Clothier, however, I'm kind of tempted to chuck out for just the extra growth and replenishment. Well, the money's nice, but we really don't need it yet.
This is wise.
Volkmar, well, we have no really choice. We have to recruit back your Free Company Militia. We basically sacrifice to the Dark Gods. We'll grab 2 of you. It's going to take 2 turns each, which is really gross. It's just 3 more of these guys, so we're back up to the 4 up on the front line. They perform very well out on the field, just not great in settlement battles. Okay, we sit and we wait. Lovely. Alright, the lads. We are coming up on the end for today's stream. I had a bit of a shorter amount of time today, but I had a good deal of fun. Hope you all enjoyed today's stream. We got a bit of territory claimed, and we have smacked down a couple of Scarbrand's settlements, albeit at great cost to our own soldiery there. Now we have to worry about Scarbrand himself. He is fielding all of the big hateful chunguses and some corn doggos. Yeah, I appreciate you for letting me know. There, Common. It's about time for us to be wrapping on up. So I will thank you all again. Appreciate you for stopping by. We'll have another stream here coming up on Friday, and then that will be for Memnon. I can't wait. That'll be a later night stream though. That'll start probably around 9 or 9:30 and go till I get too tired to think. I agree, Just Yes. I appreciate you for stopping on by. Take care, Space Coast or Space Toast. Space Toast, coast to coast. See you later, everyone. Yep, see you on Friday, bud. Close enough. Well, listen, I'm out of here. Bye.